Welcome back. Let's just get into it. Let's talk about my experiences at Black Romance Book Fest. So let's talk about the first one. So last year I went as a content creator, very blessed to go and experience the first ever BRBF. I went solo, I went alone. It was a little nerve wracking at first. While I am an extrovert, I really do believe I'm an introverted extrovert. So, I can be by myself and not have a problem. But then there's times I love to socialize. But I went alone and I was super excited to go to this event. I didn't stay at the host hotel. I stayed at a hotel that was like a couple blocks away. It was much cheaper. I stayed there. It was super cute though, but it was cheaper. It was a boutique hotel, which I do love staying in boutique hotels because they just tend to be so cute. They have such character. But I stayed there. I don't even remember the name of it. I did see it this past time when I was in Atlanta. God, I don't remember the name of it. It was super cute. But anyway, so first thing I did was I arrived on a Friday. I took my bags to my room and then I headed over to the host hotel, which was a good little walk, and registered. I walked in right away. I saw Britt and Jess. Y'all know who Britt and Jess are. Very welcoming, very kind. Remember, I was there alone. I went and registered. I went and took some photos of things, got me a little content, and then went back to my room. During that time, I was hungry, so I ordered me some food, ate, and then I literally battled back and forth on if I was going to go to the mixer or not. Again, I was alone. I hadn't met any of these ladies at all. So it was just like, I'm going. I don't really know anyone besides the talks online, but I'm thinking about going, but I don't know. So I changed my clothes, thought I had a little cute fit on. Then I went ahead and went over to the mixer. Met some amazing people, talked to people that I usually just talk to online, got to put the faces with the names and the online profiles. I even met up with somebody from Kansas City, got to meet up with my girl Danny, who I had never met. So it was cool to meet her, hang out with her. It was just a good time. It was great to be there, just be around so many beautiful Black women readers and authors and just enjoy the time. Now, we can sum up Saturday and Sunday for me because what I did my first go around with BRBF is I'm meeting these authors, I'm getting my book signed. I didn't make it to one panel, not one single panel at all the first go around. I was in line, I was getting book signed, I was taking photos. I was just not thinking about the panels. And I wanted to go to the panels, but I was like, I'm getting these book signs because I had met a lot of these people. I had just met Kennedy Ryan a couple weeks before that because she came to Kansas City. So I was still going to get back in her line because I need another Kennedy hug. So I did that. So that was really my next 2 days. I did attend the silent party that was held off-site. I was also super excited to be a special guest of an experience with my girls from Pretty Girls Do Read. Love y'all, love me some. I just love them. And that was a whole nother experience. It was beautiful. It was held at a tea place owned by a Black woman. I don't remember the names because it is a full year later, but it was tea, figuratively, literally, I mean. But it was just a beautiful experience. We got to dress up, we got to talk, we met a new author who I was obsessed with. I'll show you our book here. But it was just a good time. That just getting off-site and just connecting with a smaller group of ladies, even other authors. That's when I first met Addie Woolridge. It was just a good time. I had a great time at that event. Then on Sunday, I had my own content creator meet and greet, which was like midday. I think it was like around 2, where I got to meet other content creators and where I got to meet people that actually know who I am, which was strange in itself, but it was a good time. What I did do though, I did go to that airport 4 hours early just so I could have silence and time to myself because it was a lot of people, a lot of movement constantly that I just needed a place of stillness. So I did go to the airport early and I just laid out, read my book, and just chilled until it was time for me to head back to Kansas City. But that was my first bookish experience, my first BRBF experience, if you will. Now let's get into round two of BRBF that just happened in May. So it just happened last month. It hasn't even really been a full month yet. I had a time. This time I went back as a content creator and as a moderator. Being a moderator has been on my list of things I must do, things I must complete, things I want to do for a year now. I had got the experience through the Black Girl Book Fair. That was a virtual book fair, which I was actually super excited for. That was my first experience this year. I got to talk with Maya the Don. Maya the Don, her album releases on Friday, so make sure you have it. But I actually got to meet Maya in person at BRBF. But anyway, so I went as a content creator and as a moderator. Thank you again, BRBF, for trusting me with that and for allowing me to be in that space. I'll get to that in just a moment. But this time my husband went. Now, my husband didn't go to BRBF. We did stay at the host hotel though, so he was able to see everything, see the movement, see the chaos, the craziness, and just the joy of Black Romance Book Fest. He was there with me because he loves Atlanta and his boys are in Atlanta, so he was just there and he was just hanging out. And he went and hung out with his friends and whatnot. But he was able to see what reading, the joy that it brings, especially in Black romance. So, yeah, we stayed at the host hotel this time, which I recommend. And I recommend that only because my first experience, I did not stay at the host hotel. And going back and forth, dragging them books and everything else, I was not doing that this time. This time I was going to say, hey, if I need to call my husband, get these books up to the room, if I need to take these books up to the room, I'm going to do that. It was just so much easier to stay in the host hotel. I had a great time. So, opening night, instead of going on Friday, I went on Thursday for a little extra time. So me and my husband went Thursday, grabbed dinner in the sports bar, which was, their food was amazing. The food and drinks were great in that sports bar. So I was able to run into others that had been there early. Like I ran into the whole Black Romance Book Fest gang. I ran into Lauren and everybody that was there setting up and doing things. I was able to have a little time with them just to yap and to chat and give hugs and just show appreciation. Ran into my girl Celeste, who is from Kansas City, so we were able to connect there. Then I ran into some other people that I had not met before. So I really do recommend, if you can, I know everybody cannot, go the night before just to get settled, just to see who you run into, just to have a little time in the city. Go 2 days before if you can. I mean, just get there for the full experience. So we did that Thursday night. Friday, got up, went and registered. There were different times for content creators, moderators, and authors, and then attendees had a different time, but went ahead and registered. Then me and my husband went to eat and just ran around and did some things and went shopping, of course, because that is always on my to-do list. So we went shopping, and then Friday night was a mixer. Definitely went to the mixer. I had hung out with Neek before last year. I hung out with Neek last year at BRBF. This year we reconnected and we hung out together. I also got to meet Kia, and then I got to meet with Shakira. So those were my girls of this BRBF. We hung out constantly. We did pretty much everything together. I'm so thankful for them. Everybody was there solo, so it's always good to, even if you go solo, you're going to meet up with people. You're going to form friendships and connections. So don't ever feel like you cannot go to any of these book events solo. Well, especially BRBF, because everybody's very welcoming. You know these people online. Get to know them in person. It was fun. So I went to the mixer. Great time. Ran into all my other girls like Miisha, Alicia, Britt, everybody. It was a good time. Then that was the end of the night for me. I think I didn't do anything else. I went and laid down because I was tired. Saturday was the start of everything. I told myself this time around, I'm going to panels. So that is exactly what I did. I went to I think I saw like a little urban in my romance. I think it was that one. It had Jaquel, it had Casey Mills, it had my fave, Brienne Dene. Brienne is from Kansas City, so I love her dearly. That is my girl. It just had so many great people on there. I don't even remember who else was on there. I think Aubrey Penn was on there. I don't even remember, but it was a lot of people on there. Great way to start my panel experience for sure. I went to a couple other panels and I hopped through the signing room, which really was insane. Y'all in these carts, look, I brought one the first time. The second time I did not, and I understand y'all got to get y'all books and y'all don't want to carry them and everything, but my ankles, y'all ran into me so many times. Y'all ran into so many people with these carts. These carts were taking up so much space that people weren't able to move and maneuver the way they should. So that Saturday, the signing room, both of them were a disaster. All of them were just a disaster. But when it comes to the staff, when it comes to the team of Black Romance Book Fest, they hear you and they make changes immediately because Sunday was just a totally different vibe. So Saturday night was Bookchella. Oh, Friday night was R&B Kickback. Went to that, had a bomb time. It was so cool. Jay Holiday was up there kind of singing, kind of not, but we still had a time because we could sing the songs ourselves. Also, Pleasure P was there. It was just a vibe. Black Romance Book Fest really showed out for season 2, for real. And then Bookchella was Saturday night, and it was an amazing experience. We got all cute in our Coachella inspired outfits or even our book inspired outfits. And we had a time with Lloyd. Lloyd put on a show. Then he brought out Carrie Hilson and she sang her couple of songs. And it was just so much fun just being with the girls, taking photos, just drinking my champagne. It was a great time. I loved every bit of Bookchella. Cannot wait to see what you guys have in store for next year because you know I'm going to be there. It was just a time. Then we get to Sunday. More panels for me. I did go through the signing rooms and got a few books, got a few photos, got some books signed. And then I had my own panel. My panel got pushed back though, 30 minutes, and it was one of the last ones of the day. It was at the 4 o'clock hour. And I think that kind of cut the amount of people, like attendees we had, because everyone was in line waiting for the panel at 4, and then it got pushed back 30 minutes. And I think people just said, well, I need to do this or go somewhere else. I don't want to just sit here for 30 minutes and waiting. So we didn't have the amount of attendees that I thought were going to be there, but we still had a great time. I sat down with Carmen Lee, Addie Woolridge, my boo, Joanna Kimber. I sat down with Kaya Montague, and I sat down with JD Southwell. And it was just a talk about slow burn, and it was just like a conversation. It was my first time doing an in-person moderation, and all it was just a conversation, and I just loved every moment of it. And I just really feel like moderating is where I should be. So if you guys from Black Romance Book Fest feel like, hey, Kina did a great job, let me come back and moderate something else because I had a great time. But all in all, to say, I had the best experience at Black Romance Book Fest both years. They were different, but I had a bomb time at both. And I know, like, going from, like they call season 1 to season 2, I know season 3 is about to be bomb. So make sure y'all have y'all coins together for when them tickets come out in August. You have to be ready. You have to be on it because I'm telling you, the experience is like no other. So come back for part 2 where I explain some cost of things which I'll gather and get all that together for you guys on how much things like just, in the ballpark of how much it's going to cost you to go to BRBF, along with just some tips. So I'll see you next time.